Just because Mom said so doesn't make it true. Your face didn't freeze, Dad did come home after you waited, and you didn't die. Here's the man who tried and tested them all. Please welcome Sauce Babie.
What it do, baby?
It's going. We're rolling. We got the O'Connor alumni in the building. So what do you guys haven't sent mermaids from the sea? Haven't sent mermaids from the sea here to deliver me Seamoss? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
What is?
We come bearing gifts from the sea.
I like this. I like this. Refreshing.
Sea vegetable right here.
Twin mermaids.
Seamoss.
What is Seamoss?
Seamoss is,
For those that don't know,
red algae found on the north coast. It is a sea vegetable, and I think that a lot of people
algae.
Yeah, like it feels literally like
Root
that on
word
your feet.
alkaline. I mean,
Yes, that. I think that because it's from the sea, people, obviously assume it has this salty or fishy taste.
It
right?
is tasteless.
How does it taste?
Yeah.
which was one of the questions I was gonna ask you, but if you're to ask me, I mean, refreshing. I mean, it's as much of the dose you put in it. So this doesn't taste too mossy to me, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Which was gonna get me to lead into asking what would be the right amount of dose. But I mean, continue on to
Okay,
the
so
yeah.
we'll say that this right here is the raw gel.
Yes.
So this is found in your smoothie.
And this comes from what? The raw gel.
The raw gel comes from the actual raw organic sea moss.
Which comes from
The sea.
Okay.
And this can come from the Caribbean Sea. This can come from, originally, sea moss was found in Ireland.
Right.
So that's where it got the name Irish moss.
And with that being said, you are
Rebecca.
and to your left is
Rachel.
and you guys are
Mamasmoss, baby.
Let's go!
Baby. Mamasmoss.
What we got right now?
Toronto's
Episode
number
what?
one Seamoss plug. Okay.
There's a lot of carbon copies out there, by the way. We ain't gonna say
Facts.
too many names, but
Facts.
But I believe we're on episode 18, and it's great to have you beautiful ladies here, sisters here. You guys have been coming a long way, the
First
entrepreneurship.
females.
Great to be with the UIN collective in the
Hello.
building.
Don't
Shouts out to my guys, man. Goach, Eva, the O'Connor alumni is in the building.
O'Connor,
It's
OCS. Ooh,
honestly
ooh, ooh.
just great to see the growth of people that you know and that you've been, you know what I mean, that you're from your childhood growing. There's people like entrepreneurs as a whole and striving through these unprecedented times, man. You guys have been, why is it good for you? Why get back into this?
So the body
What's so
is
good
made
about
up of
this?
vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, let's say I just walked into the UI and I'm like, yo, okay, what's this stuff on the table? Why, sell me here right now? Why is this good for me?
So,
Sorry, Rachel.
Do you want to? No, Becca can do it.
No,
Okay,
but
yeah.
she cut you off. So
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I was saying the body's made up of vitamins and minerals, and Seamoss, the rawest form, has 92 out of the
I was
102.
gonna say that.
Yeah.
I read that. You're
Yeah,
right.
it has
of the
92.
but
102.
before we even get there, hold on. Your body is made up of vitamins and minerals, and it doesn't reproduce those minerals. So that's why you need to supplement them.
You have to
right?
replenish it
You
with.
need to replenish
Yeah.
those minerals because every day
Aye.
you're losing them.
Yeah.
So sea moss having 92, like iron, selenium, magnesium, iodine, calcium, it has a lot. I don't feel like there's an actual list of the 92, but there are a lot that are listed.
Bye-bye.
And so we have our Moss baby here. Can't get
My
away.
handbag.
Is moss good for babies?
Listen, I give my baby moss straight from the bottle, and Rebecca puts
The sea moss gel in my baby's formula.
Is moss good for pregnancy?
Moss
Absolutely.
is safe for pregnancy.
absolutely.
You know how low your iron. Well,
So it
you don't
helps
know.
fertility then.
The doctor prescribes you iron pills. Like most mamas know that your iron intake lessens when you're pregnant, I guess, right? Or
Right.
It's
like
low.
The baby's
You-
taking all of your nutrients, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
100% we recommend. Don't go Google this
because
Don't-
Google's
yeah.
gonna say,
yeah,
don't take if you're pregnant. Don't take if you're a child. I'm not sure where they got these facts from because it doesn't make any sense. My whole pregnancy and now my baby is 9 months old and she's taking Seamoss. I'm taking Seamoss every day.
I just started to give it to him this week, so at 4 months. But my pregnancy, yes, I did drink Seamoss all throughout my pregnancy.
And it helped my iron levels 100%. I was anemic, and the moss helped me.
I was anemic too.
Yeah, and the moss helped me. Plus, I took like veggie iron pills, but that was just to add in the super boost. You really don't need to take any additives.
Speaking of pills, can this be taken in a pill form?
Yes, it can. It can be capsuled in
Yeah.
powder and in gel.
Nice.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working
Now,
on that.
how did the moss come about? How did it start? Where did it derive from? What inspired the Mamasmoss? We'll let Rach go first.
I'm gonna just say, if anybody that's watching right now, you know, we started about 2.5 years ago, right? It's about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
We started with the traditional Irish mosh. Jamaican people like to say mosh, M-O-S-H. It's moss, M-O-S-S, Irish moss.
Jamaicans take something and turn it out.
Exactly. That's that baby making stamina,
Strong
buck. That's what we were.
Strong buck.
That's what we were selling it as. We were like, listen, to all the girls out there, your man's not pleasing you in the bedroom. Your man is not holding it down more than 5
You ain't
to 7
making
minutes.
babies, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Making beautiful babies like Rach.
Like, you know
You're
what
gonna
I'm
need
saying?
you some moss.
Yeah, you're gonna need some moss.
Eames knows what we talking about. You need that real stamina. You hail up a man like Eames, you get that. You hail up a man like Eames, you get that firm handshake. So you want that Eames handshake? You want that real? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coach knows what we talking about. You want that Gocho tan right now? You gotta be on that moss.
Yeah. So, honestly,
think that. Hold on.
We started off with the one blend. That we're talking about this.
But he said what inspired Mamasmoss. So even before we started to
sell
this thing,
we're gonna get into menu and ingredients after. But what
inspired this? What
big
started
up Mama
this?
Lily. I know.
Let's
big up Mama Lily. Boss Lily.
She
might
big
be.
up Mama Lily. Yes.
So, not even just like I feel
growing
like
up,
even
you guys
before
have
my
been-
mom,
yes.
like introducing into our family, into our home.
Yes.
This is a staple superfood in most Caribbean homes.
Right.
They use the moss in their what do you want to call it, like their oats drinks or whatever. Like it's
Porridge.
been it's in their
Right.
porridge.
Yes.
It's been a staple.
Can we get it in soup too or no?
Soup, yogurt,
right? Yeah.
salad,
Coffee,
whatever.
tea.
I put it in my the oats, the oatmeal in the morning with some blueberries and stuff. Good,
Yeah.
very good filling.
Yeah.
But I think that it just became popular, recently.
Dr. Sebi.
Patrick
Shout out Dr.
Delvis.
Sebi. Rest in power.
Shout out to Dr. Sebi. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to big up Patrick Delvis too, guys. I don't know if you guys
Is
know.
he the
that.
new Dr.
No,
Sebi?
he's not even new. He's been around. He's been about like Dr. Sebi, same thing. I just feel like he's not in the light. Like people don't really know much about him.
Right.
So when we have some time, we can, talk, look more about, what Patrick
So
Delvis
you say
has done.
Mama helped inspire me.
But Mama Lily 100% has been making this for my dad,
My brothers.
from way back when, my brothers.
Yes.
She would make blend up. So it would be like
oats and stout and Guinness and peanuts, and you mix up
Wicked,
everything.
wicked.
Yes. I think so. We just kind of twisted off of what we already knew and said, okay, people have a lot of nut allergies, so let's take off that. So
majority of Black people are lactose intolerant, so let's cut out the dairy.
Yeah.
Right. So our moss is vegan friendly. It's dairy free. The only blend we have is our traditional Irish moss that has dairy, but everything else is dairy free. There's no dairy at all.
Yeah.
Right. Shouts to Dr. Nick. Shouts to my guy Nick in the. I know he's been
Shout
helping
out
giving
Nick.
a touch with
Yeah,
the vegan and he's come a long way too, even with his weight loss.
journey.
We had him on was episode 9. Remember go with Kels, and he talked about the benefits and what it's done for him and how it played a part. The man lost like half of his weight, right?
Yeah.
But he up to this day still consistent with the moss and
100%. Once you start, you won't taking it and you feel the benefits and you really see how your energy levels are up.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to stop drinking this.
Yeah.
And it's good that you have someone like him too that can help and give it help, and that's a full-fledged vegan.
To say, look,
it's coming from a vegan, because a lot of people don't like going to a restaurant where they're gonna be like, oh, this food's mixed in the oil of meat or whatnot. Nick is
He's a raw food. He's a
right.
raw vegan, so he would prefer to eat raw. I guess, or his diet is raw.
He uses like the dates and stuff to sweeten it.
Yeah.
So
So our
100% no sugar,
dates are
no
in our moss as well.
preservatives,
Yeah.
no additives.
amazing,
It's dates to the ting.
amazing.
Yeah.
What speak on the challenges of starting a business from scratch like this? Like, you go back to like when you first there's a thought process.
'Cause,
you
but-
want to do it, you want to execute.
Yeah.
It's like Sauce Babie. I see the vision, but it's like How you know what I mean?
How do you
Like,
go
about
how
it?
do we
What's the-
bring
what's
this
the
to-
path?
how do
There
we
was
bring this to life?
there was no blueprint to
Yeah.
it. It was literally something like we were in the kitchen. My mom was making the moss, and I posted the moss, and immediately I had 12 jars sold like this, and that was our 1 liter jars at $20 a pump. So when I saw that it was lucrative and it was something that I'd be able to make an income off of, I was like, okay, let me hop on this now. It's hot. It's not mainstream
It's
yet.
hot and it's got to drop.
Yeah.
and it's healthy.
Yeah.
And health is wealth. So
Yeah.
if you're
Health is wealth
365,
365, baby.
Yeah.
So I think just knowing that the health and wellness industry is very like prominent or popular right now. It's hot. Like everybody wants to work out. Everybody wants to eat healthy. Even if you can't do it every day, it's something that you think about it. Like you want to change your diet. You want to drink more water. You want to have your vitamins and but it's hard to stay on track.
Right.
But I feel like with this, it's kind of like an easy grab and go. You don't have to pop a pill. You could just
It becomes instilled in your daily routine.
It becomes routine.
Because you can put it in so many different
And it's
things.
inexpensive.
Right.
We're talking about you're going to a health food store, you walk out, you're paying like $100 and you got like 3 pills versus this 1 liter jar.
You buy multiple Hennessy's or $60 on the weekend, you can
But
definitely
listen. You
money
want to know
in
what's
the
funny?
box. Yeah.
You talked about our journey.
Yes.
When we first started, we were honestly marketing our moss to all the club goers, the them that are out on the road all night and can't eat until 2 in the morning. It's like
And I have that
grab a
hand-
1 liter. We had one guy. He would just literally sit and drink the whole 1 liter jar right in front of us. Like the minute we dropped it to him, that jar was done.
Right.
So it's like, and there's no measurement. There's no required amount of
There's
Seamoss.
recommended dose.
Yeah.
But
But
there
you can
isn't-
have as much as you
it's-
want.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say in terms of challenges, you always have your barriers, but you always overcome those challenges. Like you have your little roadblocks, but
1,000%. Who
but-
doesn't?
right. Yeah.
But in terms of like, in terms of
starting
the
up
business,
like in the beginning, like
well, we're moms for one.
Yeah.
So
Right.
finding the time and designating and delegating, a
which
schedule.
actually led me into was gonna ask next challenges of being a mompreneur or a mom boss.
I give it up
and
to
balancing
all the mom
balancing the
bosses.
entrepreneurship. with
It's
it.
hard.
Give it up to all the moms.
Give it
Shout
up to
out
all the moms.
all the
The
single
boss
mothers out
mamas.
there. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Like honestly, like
Yeah.
it's a
It's
balance.
hard work.
Yeah,
And
alone
on-
somebody going to a 9 to 5, let alone
Yeah.
and coming back to like you know what I mean. But
Remember, there's no hours when you're an entrepreneur.
It's
you know?
every day.
You if
look
this
at
is
you
your
yourself right now.
Yeah,
you
like-
know what I mean. You're doing what you're doing while here we're working.
Yeah.
The work never stops.
We're
and I mean,
working.
it's to plan for the future. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
We're trying to create generational wealth.
And
Yeah.
that's
what
what
it
you
comes
see.
down to.
You're
Yeah.
going to all the next questions,
you
man.
have to put in-
You're beating me to the chase right now, man.
I'm in your head. I'm ready.
Yo, how
in
we
your
on the
head.
sound check right now, man?
I'm in your head.
Shouts to Rich Lane in the building, man.
Big
good,
up.
good father, man.
Big up.
Shouts to just parenthood as a whole,
Behind the
man.
scenes, there's work behind
Shouts,
the scenes.
yes, man. It's always there's work behind the scenes, and it's there's a thin line between where we're at now and where we want to be. So speak on generational wealth and the importance of it, guys.
We got to break barriers as a black community. We got to put our money back in, to our communities so that we can not only support each other, but be able to create jobs, create opportunities, create
not even
The-
that.
So that it's
Just-
a never-ending
cycle.
cycle.
It's to make sure that our kids are good. That's
Our
my
kids,
number one
kids,
thing is
kids.
that my kids, but first of all, my kids, because they're going to set the example for the next generation, right?
Right.
So I think for us, the biggest thing is to have the discipline to
see
stay
them-
with it. Listen, to have
To
the
sustain.
passion as well, because you know
When you
what?
lose
I
that-
can admit that when I got pregnant, I lost touch, and Rebecca held on and she kept the business afloat. And shout out Nick for being Becca's sidekick because he kept the business afloat with her. He had her back, He filled in where I couldn't.
shout out
And
Dr.
so
Nick, man.
I think the number one thing is you have to
stay
keep on pushing.
consistent.
You got
It's consistency too, because
and business goes up and down, right?
yeah, and you
So-
have to understand what comes with it,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna have people that don't support you either.
Listen, our number one supporters have not been our friends and family. It's been complete strangers, and I
Yeah.
can attest to that.
I can attest to that
Straight up.
myself too.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys
They
here
take you
probably
more
gonna.
serious.
It's overall, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because
Not to say that we haven't had family
Shout out
support.
to all the family and friends that have supported us, but
Yeah.
majority, I'm gonna say, is
Our
strangers.
consist-
it'll be that stranger that just walked in the door. Hey, I want to
Yeah.
know what's going on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Our returning customers are
Yeah.
people that we've are definitely not family.
And I mean,
It's
that's
clients
who
we
you
met.
want to attract. You
Yeah.
want to, I mean,
Yeah.
and I find that
'Cause
those
you know
core,
what?
the
I'm
people that you would always expect to be there, they'll come back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta
They're
really,
on and off, but
your goal is to do within your research or within your, let's say you're putting together a business plan, you're doing surveying. You literally gotta, get to the masses. You know what I mean? Somebody that's never been to the collective or been to the Try the Moss or.
And I think that
how do you literally
ties
get
into the next thing.
antennas? How do you connect the
your target your audience? How do you target
Right.
certain audience? And I think initially how Rachel was doing her marketing was really like it
All
was
the club
sex driven.
boys.
It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
the stamina, the endurance. You need your man to put in the work. We have so many reviews from our like girlfriends or other females
You said they gave it to their man.
who were
and
coming
their
to
man
us.
stood up.
Yeah, like
Long.
it was a thing. It was a serious thing, and I think that this is why it's also good to have different heads. 2 heads are better than one because I came in with like, okay, no, now we need to market the fitness industry. This is a post workout. This is a pre workout. This is an anti-inflammatory, so it's good for your joint repair. Your muscle repair.
We have a lot of old people buying for their grandparents and their older
Stool
folks
softener.
who have like joint issues and arthritis and swelling because it helps as anti-inflammatory, right? And
antiviral agents, antibacterial agents.
a lot of girls and mamas who are pregnant have acne. You have you get some your
Pregnancy
hormones are
acne.
crazy, so
Yeah.
a lot of people use it as a face mask. If you
I
didn't
was
know,
gonna ask about that, like
Yeah.
other uses of it, the facial
Yeah.
scrubs, get into that too.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
there's a lot
good
of
for the
other-
hair
good
as well.
for topical use. Yeah. So
So hair and skin too, right?
hair and skin.
And sorry guys, how long has it been in existence? 2.5 years, you said?
We started this honestly. Our first thing was like I think 20.
I want to say it was 2017 or 2018.
In April, I remember I have it saved on my thing. I
Yeah.
think
And
3
so
years is the first.
Listen, basically, honestly, when we started Moss, there was no one else in this city of Toronto selling Moss.
Right.
Literally.
on a grand scale.
And I mean, as
you
of,
know the in-store one.
yeah, in store, sure.
In the can or whatever.
but
no
now,
one was making fresh
in
to
the
order.
in the last 3 months since quarantine, there's been about 10 pop-up pages we've seen.
Yeah,
So,
1000%.
You know what I'm saying?
Which
And
is okay.
It's okay.
It's a popular superfood, and you know what? The more people that know about it,
Yeah.
the more
it's gonna bring awareness and bring in more
Bring more
clientele
customers,
regardless.
exactly.
Yeah.
So-
shout out to all the
the carbon copies.
the carbon copies.
We see you. And guess what? There's room and there's market for everyone.
We're not
so you don't need to
hating.
bite,
Yeah.
our flavors or our menu. Just do your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the flavors?
Okay, so we have traditional Irish moss
That's like what everyone knows.
with the dairy. We
condensed
have our mango me crazy. It's a mango blend. We
What,
have.
what am I drinking right now?
You're drinking our tropical tsunami.
Tsunami.
I'm
So
also-
this
I'm
is our
also-
newest feature.
I'm also running a bit low.
He
so
got
I
the
might have to transfer-
exclusive.
I might have to transfer that one right over to this department. Oh, I think that was yours that you were supposed to take home.
That's how
Don't
good
worry.
it is, okay?
Yeah.
This one is
I was.
new. We haven't
I don't
done
know
this
if
one.
you were fully aware. I was gonna teeth your. I'm like, we gotta chat to that. I'm gonna have to savor.
But so we have
Savor
banana
the flavor.
coconut, we have Vital Vegan, we have Berry Smooth, we have Strawberry Sunrise, and we have Green Goodness.
So what's in the Vital Vegan for the vegans that
The
want
Vital Vegan is your most pure blend. It's literally just Seamoss, spices, and dates.
Right.
So I feel like that one's like real ital or like like a little spicy. Also,
So the date is substituted for like the sugar. It's a good
to
sweetener.
give it
Yeah,
a little
no,
bit of
Yeah.
sweetness.
people use agave. People use cane sugar. Our choice is dates. Dates are very good for a number of things. Also,
Yes.
obviously, bathroom issues. You'll not have that ever if you're drinking moss.
Right.
And everyone knows. you need to
Listen, I'm
cleanse out.
sorry to say, but when you consume this moss, you have the best bowel movements you'll ever have of your life.
This is facts.
I like literally. When you get up off the toilet, you feel like you lost all 20 pounds.
Yeah, you need
know what I'm saying?
you need that. You need that. We need that. So you don't get that constipated feeling, basically.
No.
A lot of
and it's not a run belly feeling either.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a nice washout.
No, it's not even a washout. You just feel good. You
feel good.
You want that every
Yeah.
day. You
Right.
get up, you have a coffee. How many people know they have a coffee that use the bathroom?
Yeah.
Right? This is like you don't need no coffee, caffeine. You just take your sea
Becomes a
moss.
part of that daily.
Yeah.
So who's exactly on the squad? Who's this team consist of? You guys and Nick and
The team is family,
Yeah.
straight family. We have a couple of our siblings, our mom, of course, on
Right.
board, and then Nick is our little ambassador. He does his own little thing with the vegan moss.
Right.
So
we spoke on how instrumental generational wealth is, but speak on the importance of financial freedom and like building.
Well,
financial
being
freedom.
able to literally do whatever you want on your own time, and be able to kind of, it's paying yourself. You already know what you need to
And
invest.
like we said, creating that for the children, not spoiling them, of course, but keeping them. Yeah.
And you know what? They watch everything. Julia watches how hard I work, and wants to help. Mommy, let me label for you. Let me rinse the jars. Or
how do they like it? Like Maya and like so.
Love it every day. Every day.
Because now it's like. Yeah, you make it fun. You make it.
It's tasteless.
Easy.
It's not like,
you make it more edible and easier. More. It's a fun thing.
It's not a medicine.
You got to remember, growing up, we didn't like okra and certain nasty type of
textures,
things that had that gooey right. So it's like they almost just think like even me. I didn't like dates growing up.
Yeah,
right.
Me
but
neither.
It's like,
I still don't.
I didn't like raisins.
Did you guys find that when they first saw the moss, they were like, "Ew, what is this?" Like.
They were.
You know how the kids are going. They almost think it's like slime. They might think like
No.
What is this?
The taste is so good. Like a lot of our customers give it
we
to
used
their
to play
kids.
with our food growing up.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone says their kids love it. Their kids fight for it.
But you
kids
wouldn't
cry
give the
for
kids
it.
the raw, obviously.
Why not though?
Yeah.
You would?
There's nothing
Would you?
wrong with it. Yeah.
Do they?
It's
Do
all
they
about
like
texture
it?
if they were okay to have it, right?
Yeah.
If you pitch something to them like, oh, you need to take this because it's medicine, automatically they're already gonna be taken back without even tasting it.
Is there like a recommended daily dose? Can you take too much moss? How much moss is too much moss?
Okay,
what I
so
should say.
there is never too much moss.
Right.
However, if you are taking any iodine or iron pills, then it's recommended that you monitor how much you're having raw, especially because it already has that in it.
Right.
They haven't really, I feel like, scientifically broken down, to what degree of iron or, what amount of iodine. So I think it's at your own discretion just to know if you're taking heavy iron pills, don't have too much moss.
Right.
But anyone else that's healthy and, you're not even if you're not healthy, the fact is it's just the iron thing. That would be the only thing to watch out for, I would say. Other than that, drink up, drink on.
How would you say that being in business, together? Obviously, you guys growing up doing a lot of things together. The twins, like
Best thing of life.
How does it empower one another to be?
Honestly, I think for me at least, it's amazing to just see, how far we've come in just a short period of time.
Our support,
we're our biggest support system. I back Becca, she backs me. We've
there's like an actual
grown. We've
balance.
grown so much.
I know.
Not only as mothers, but as
Extensively.
women. Like,
Right,
and remember, we're holding down full-term relationships right now.
Right.
We're holding down the household, meaning cooking,
Right.
cleaning,
Right,
taking
right.
care of the kids, making sure everything's blessed. Quarantine. We're homeschooling. So, like, literally, I have to praise Becca, and I don't even like to self-praise myself.
that's why I'm here to praise
That's
you.
what I'm saying. It's
So-
like.
We love it, man.
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, it's
not
hard.
easy.
Listen. Our babies are exactly 5 months apart.
To the
so,
day.
Right.
like I said, when I got weak and I was pregnant and Becca was carrying the load up until 39 weeks, she was delivering Moss, okay? And I watched her do that, and I seen her resilience. I seen her dedication, lifting heavy boxes, bringing them downstairs, upstairs. It was like, now my turn came around. I'm pregnant. I was delivering Moss the day before I gave birth. The day I went into labor, I did 7 drops that day. So like I'm saying, that
You're
discipline,
feeding off of each other's.
Feeding off each other.
That's what
energy,
we do. We do
Yeah.
this. We
You
do.
have to.
and just that discipline,
I know you guys are on the phone like in sync. You guys are just every day, and you're just like,
AirPods in. It's
I hear
Rachel in
you,
my
like,
ear.
Rachel,
no
did
matter
you make
what.
that drop? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good, man. Like you see, you just like different people in different walks, and being able to educate people on, the moss and getting back into that. One person asked me, "How's for somebody that's into these things, like what's the best way to cure your moss?"
Clean
if that makes sense.
Cure it?
Yeah, like
I
somebody
guess
like that has it in the raw form. I
Okay.
mean, just like nurture it. Like it's like
You just put it in the fridge.
almost like it's a plant, right?
Or do you mean before,
I
like
guess
prepping
for
it, preparing?
people that were actually soak
There's
it
so
or-
many. There's YouTube videos on this. You literally
Sure.
need to
Yeah.
clean your moss
Yeah.
thoroughly
Yeah,
because
you're saying
it's
you
from-
can't give out all the secrets right now. It might cost them
Right
right
there.
now. We might have to
Well,
make a tutorial.
this is ABC.
Might have to make a tutorial.
Yeah. Go check up the tutorials.
Because moss is seaweed, right? Like
Yeah.
how is this like? How can this somehow become better for the planet?
I'm not sure about how it will become better for the planet, but it's
more for
literally
us.
better for every single human being.
It's how
on
we're
this.
using, earthly gifts for our betterment. Like how we eat plants, how we, have herbs and medicine. I don't feel like it's the planet that's going to benefit. We are going to benefit from what God has given us, right?
Definitely.
From the earth or from the sea.
Definitely.
So
no, I like the fact too that it has like, even when you smell it, like just like even
the ocean smell,
the
you smell
salt
the sea.
water, like this type of stuff, you get a lot of like, salt water stuff and ingredients that come in facial scrubs and whatnot too. So there's no other natural way to go about it, right?
100%.
The value that it brings as a source of nutrition. I mean, we did touch base a bit
talked
on
about
that.
the 92 minerals,
Right.
right? That we need to supplement them because our bodies don't produce minerals. We're losing it.
Right.
So this is a way that you're gonna be able to implement those back into your, into your body.
Right,
So
right.
by taking it daily, it's something that you can take.
It's
every
a natural
day.
aphrodisiac.
Right.
Okay. It helps with male impotence.
Right.
It helps with thyroid
Infertility.
problems. Infertility.
Yes.
A lot of people want to know what would be the easiest ways we can incorporate it into our the natural daily. So like, I mean, you would say like smoothies,
In your
obviously.
smoothies, in your oats,
Right.
in
So
your porridge.
What are let's stick to the straight go-tos. Yeah,
the
you would
go-to
say
every
easiest.
morning? Get up.
Right.
You can put it in your porridge. You can put it in your coffee.
You can take 2 teaspoons.
You can take
on
it
its
as
own.
is.
Yeah.
2 to 4 tablespoons
A day.
a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Easy.
Right.
You could put it in yogurt. You could put it in your salad dressing. You literally can incorporate this in every and anything you're having, hot or cold.
Yeah.
Soup,
He's getting going on his right now.
you name
Soup
it.
too, right? Yeah.
Soup,
Definitely.
yep. Smoothies, your
You can
protein
put in your
shakes.
patties. Your patties too. It's patties have Seamoss. Some of them are
know
the jelly. That jelly. You know when you're biting into a patty, kind of has that jelly taste in the meat.
Yeah.
You know that?
You think it's in there?
It's in there.
Seriously?
Yeah, like some people do make their patties with Seamoss. I'm not sure which patties, if it's Randy's or Allen's or whatever, but
Okay,
Right.
that's
You know?
sick.
Might
I
have to
didn't
have some
know that.
Seamoss infused popsicles for the summertime.
yo,
1000%.
Yeah. I see you
That's
guys.
Moss freezies.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm
Freezies.
telling you. I see you guys do. We might have to do a collab just now.
Yo, that's a
some
sick-
some Moss sauce. We might have to.
Moss
I
sauce.
should have brought some. I should have.
Let's go.
That's what I should have. I should have brought some Moss sauce for you guys to taste, like some Moss infused sauce. No,
But
we
you could even
we
do
gonna
something
work.
like
We
that.
gonna work. We
Yeah.
gonna work.
You do something like
We gonna
that.
work.
Dap me up.
How's COVID affected business? I
COVID.
can't see it.
God
Thank
bless
God.
COVID.
God
19.
bless COVID, right?
Listen,
not the
'cause this is
actual
immune
illness.
booster.
Let me tell
This is-
you.
yeah, and it's like
Essential. We were
When was the last time
essential.
you've
And
been
thank-
sick, Becca? Real talk.
I can't even remember. I can't even
Seriously.
recall. God knows. I have not been
Janos.
sick.
Jano Star.
in
Yeah,
2-3 years.
so this has really boosted the immune to a whole next level.
Yeah.
Like literally.
This is heaven
Yeah.
sent. This is sacred Seamoss.
And thank God you guys didn't have a storefront, because I mean that would have been like damn. like-
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean
Right?
it's great to see that how many people were coming. I mean, and there's the whole thing with the essential, non-essential bit.
Yeah.
But
We were
gotta do
essential.
our
We're
job.
essential.
We were
Straight up.
essential.
Even-
we
right,
spiked.
right,
We
yeah.
spiked
Right.
100%.
And one public service message for I don't know, one PSA: Sauce Babie has been and always will be essential. All right, because I'm informing the people right now on what to go. I mean, like soon this stuff might cost you, man. We're doing tutorials, but you know what I mean.
How
we are
to.
essential, beautiful black businesses right here, man. So like you said, if anything, it's bettered the business. I would
It's
say.
Better the
it's
business.
definitely
Yeah.
really got people at Mamasmoss on our page. Our DMs loaded deliveries. So we hired drivers. Like it's picked up 100%.
Right.
It's been honestly a great.
You guys might have to get on the Uber Eats just now, huh?
Seriously, it's. I won't say that. Anything could be overwhelming. So at some point, yes, I could say that during COVID, you know, with
It was
how-
hard. We're at home with the kids all day. You know
trying
what
to
I'm saying?
school, the
Day to
orders
day.
are crazy. So
Yeah.
now you're trying to like balance that, making sure you still have food. And let's talk about the grocery stores, okay?
Oh
Right.
my
Try to go and get
gosh.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
remember to get ingredients and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Grocery stores was crazy.
Speaking
but
of which, is Moss something that like preferred to be like, in the islands or the best seawater come? Is there anywhere in North America where we could actually get, and if so, like where that would you say that you get? I mean, yeah, don't give too much of the. You can't give too much of the sauce.
Yeah,
Can't
we're
give
not
too
going to
much
be
on
giving away the
ingredients.
sauce,
We ain't
but
gonna give you
we
guys
would
with-
definitely tell everyone who's looking for Seamoss, be mindful of who you get it from, because
1000%.
there's pool grown Seamoss.
There's
That
farmed-
doesn't mean it's fake.
there's
I'm not even
farmed
going to use the
Seamoss.
fake, where
Yeah.
it's not fake. There's no such thing as fake Seamoss.
Yeah, it's not like you're eating
all those
plastic.
pages. There's been pages trying to get at other pages saying they're selling fake Seamoss. There's no such thing. There's wild crafted Seamoss and there's pool grown Seamoss.
Yes.
That's it.
Right.
Still have nutrients, but obviously the wild crafted is like, you know,
from the sea.
We don't
the
want the pool
sun,
grown. We
the
don't want that pool
salt,
grown.
the water.
We don't want-
know it's
it's
mixing
like-
with the,
right.
the rest of the sea life, right?
Yeah.
Think
So-
of it like this, like
think about
this-
trees.
Yeah, right. Or if you guys eat, you know, chicken or whatever, you want the farm fed. You don't want none of that.
Or
You don't want none of
the
that.
wilds.
This MSG and all this BS, man.
Antibiotics.
Right. You want the
injected.
halal. You want the
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
So
yeah.
think of it in the sense that you just want it from the best of the best. So
Best of the
So
best.
it's got to be imported.
It's got to be imported. You want to find, obviously, if you can have your own divers. That's kind of what we're working towards right now, to have our own boat, have our own team that dives out and that actually can monitor. Because think about also, this is
that
in the
goes
water.
back to more about financial freedom and
Right.
just more of creating ways that you can
even lower your costs, right?
Right.
Because this way we're not going to be needing it
creating
to be imported.
that residual income,
Yep.
that snowball effect. This is what we call allocating capital.
Yes.
Right. And it's literally taking the profits to put back into
the business.
where
You need to be able to invest
becoming your
back.
own source. Yes. And getting more back into business and being a black-owned business in these unprecedented times. Speak on that and supporting our own, please.
Big ups to all the peoples in the Black community that have supported us, that have reposted,
Have
that
shared, have liked,
put us on the
commented.
Black Business Directory.
Right,
We've gotten
yes.
a lot of support
Yeah,
ever since,
I've been seeing it,
the unfortunate death of George Floyd and
Right,
just the
right,
whole
yes.
Black
Even
Lives
that.
Matter movement.
Yes, yes.
Black
I think
people have really come together
Together.
to
Right.
really collaborate and,
Yes.
And
like,
sometimes it's sad
and
that it
support
took
each
so much
other.
to have to,
Exactly.
but we're working in these
Nothing
times.
before its time. Nothing before
Right.
its time.
Yeah.
The time is now.
And it's like they say, history always repeats itself. So we're getting, and it's our youth, the children are in a time now where they're kind of getting a little bit of like a taste to see like
What's
our
really-
our
ancestors,
foreparents
yeah,
kind
really
of
went
went
through.
not as
Yes.
you know what I mean, Cree,
Obviously, yeah,
but I
the
mean
deaths.
it is a tough time and what these kids are seeing and being
Experiencing.
exposed to, like, you know, they're gonna grow up to be able to see. Like I was there was a time when everybody's walking around wearing masks and then going to the all black and
Protesting
the protesting
and-
and,
yeah.
you know what I mean.
What a
So-
time to be alive.
yeah, literally.
What a
man.
time.
Literally,
What a
You know,
time.
so, and I mean, it's like message to the youth.
Yeah.
Like,
They're being able to they're a part of history in the making. Like
Yeah.
how about Black Wall Street being able to be rebuilt because of how we've come together as a community and how we put back the money into the economy to now build it back. And honestly, there really isn't any reason that I feel like, you know, some of these rappers and these, you know, big time artists like Jay-Z, all these guys,
Yes.
they could do something like that. They
Yes.
could build back Wall Street 100%.
Right.
Where are we putting our money? That's where we need to put our money, where our mouth
Right.
is. We're advocating and we're protesting. We're doing all
What
these
are we
things.
funneling it
We
through?
need to
Right,
put
yes.
it back into the economy. That is the only way
Yes.
we're gonna come off of the system. You know, a lot of our moms on welfare and all this stuff. If we start creating jobs too, even if it's a small job, like Rachel and I talked about, you know, creating jobs for men who have charges or, you know, have a criminal record.
You know, hooking them up with deliveries, basically.
Yes,
you know?
courier,
Right.
whatever we can get, you know, certain people that are less advantaged. Obviously,
Yeah.
we already know how hard it is to work for the white man. Put it
Right.
straight up.
Right.
So I think that's really something that as a community, you know, as a unit, we need to work towards.
Right.
Creating jobs for each other too, opportunities for each other, not just supporting, you know, financially.
Because I had this talk with one of my with one of the homies too. Well, we always touch base on the subject about when like take certain rappers for instance. You know, when they get on, Meek Mill speaks about it all the time too. He goes that he didn't just like, it's not like, yo, I'm on and here's the bag. It's literally like, how can Meek Mill literally said it. He goes, yo, you best believe that, like, whether it's O'Malley or like one of my guys, they'll be on tour and they'll be like selling this, or they'll find a way to be like, they're up 4 a.m, waking them up to sign this autograph. They'll find, okay, or you want the walkthrough. Okay, we're gonna set a date and time. Like, everybody plays a position, and you know, he finds ways to employ his entourage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we gotta
Teamwork makes the
we gotta
dream
stick
work.
to that, and where it's not just like, you know, where our kids have to
Competition.
work for it, right?
Also, I want us to touch on the competition thing, because I feel like even as a people, Okay, we red eye.
We
or
can't
we
compete with each other,
or
man.
we jealous each other instead
Yeah,
of saying, you
yeah,
know what,
yeah.
sis, you
Right,
do
right.
nails, I do nails. Let's open a
Right.
nail shop together.
Right,
Not
right.
like, oh, my nail shop is better than yours.
And
You know
we've
what
seen
I'm
a lot of it in the city, which they've always called the screw face. I was talking to the
Screwface
I was
capital.
talking to the
Yeah.
broski Steenie. Shout out Fire Kid Steenie. I was talking to him the other day too, and he
Steenie, you gotta try our moss.
Steenie,
fire stick.
Steenie's got a lot of that energy in him already, but he's already got that bolt,
I
you know.
know.
But he can't get enough of that moss, man.
That's it.
Shouts to- But no, even Steenie was saying too that, man, like he was telling me that you take the States for example. It's different here where, you know, I'm not gonna name drop, but let's just say you have like you have like particular sounds or a type of business where they don't work together, right? Whether it's in the soca
yeah.
or there's so much competition, and he was, you know, relating it to other industries as well, opposed to the States. And I mean, always when we compare ourselves to the States, or I always take into consideration the numbers, right? But I mean,
bigger there.
you could even break it down to a borough, even if you, I mean, like, okay, then you have like Atlanta, like look at how the black colleges and but I mean, it shouldn't be like this, and you're definitely right. We have to have to support our own more. It shouldn't be like, she already does that, or this guy already does graphic design. And I know Gold could relate to that too, man. Within doing with the photography or the design work, there's a lot. We spoke of that too with the West too, where it's like so many people just like it's the envy. It's like, oh, he's already doing that, so said no. Why don't you just right? But and. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys wouldn't hate on somebody that was trying to do it. You guys were the first, but I mean, like, hey, like, don't.
Well, that's what I was saying. That
Right,
you know, there was someone that was doing the exact same thing as us.
Right.
And at first, obviously,
Charging
our
double the
immediate
price,
response
too.
was, "What the hell?
Why
You're
are you copying?
copying?
Yeah.
You know, why are you copying us?"
Yes.
And then I had to take myself back and think, okay, you know what? We said it. We set a trend. Or we showed someone else the way.
We lit the path.
Okay.
We lit the path.
But
You ignited
don't
the
need to
torch.
copy. You don't have to copy.
You ignited
the
the torch.
thing.
You know when you get the preparation for the
torch
sauce
out.
ready?
Yeah.
You got all the preparations for the sauce was
Yeah. You don't have to.
prepared.
There's
Just cook it up. You
be
chef it.
creative. You and someone could do the same thing, but have your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Your own style to it, your own twist to it, whatever the case is. You're not gonna want to be the exact same thing as anyone else.
Right.
Because then it's like, okay, you know, why should their market now, you know, go to you? What separates you, or what, you know, makes you different?
Inspired others, yeah.
Yeah, we inspired others, and that's okay. And I'm happy that a lot of people are jumping on and seeing that this is, you know, a way to make money.
Right.
And you know, with
And
passion.
it's not just make money.
Right. I was just gonna say
It's
that.
not just
No,
make money.
I know. But I said that's
That
what
you're
Like
I'm
for
saying.
us,
How
our
do you-
passions are
providing
not
your
money grabs. But
Yeah,
you're happy for the person that's being able to
Yes.
create the wealth, or somehow, you know, eventually wants to create that generational wealth. But it's like, and I go back to this, and Gary Vee talks about it all the time. It's about how can you provide value, and it's literally like it has to be a learning curve. If you don't enjoy, it's
you have
like
to be
me.
passionate about it. Else
Right.
you're not gonna. It's
like
not,
me, I came from the blog stuff with the clouds. You guys knew,
Yeah.
and I didn't. I'm like, yo, I'm not a blogger. I don't
Yeah.
do like. I come from the background of school for the arts. Like I like when people ask me why do I do this or do I like doing it, and you know what? This is that moment where I almost forgot it. And Rach said something to me the other day. She said, "Yo, you know what? It's honestly." Because everybody knows me as a mouthpiece. They know where
Mouthpiece,
my,
MP.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
Boop,
and MP derives from mouthpiece, which is, you know, one of the OGs always used to say, like, you know, my man, shouts to my man Trey. Trey's uncle, one of the OGs on the ends, always just like, yo, you ask the most questions, and that's how the name came about. But Rach even said to me the other day, was like, yo, it's good how you've turned that into something
That's what
that.
I'm saying.
Right.
I literally, I thought about you when I
And
thought
as you
about
guys
that.
did the same, so I big you guys up to the fullest, because it's like, it's not like you guys are just like, oh my god, like, you know what, yo, mom showed us a little thing, and you know we know we could put
There
it together.
has to be
Because if that was the
passion.
case, they would have been doing they would have been doing you would have been doing fish tea, or you would have been doing, you know, Manishwati.
food,
You
or-
would have been doing just Irish Masha thing. You guys are actually, you know, showing people on the nutrition side of things, and you know what I mean, educating. Yo, Rich Lane might have to be. You know what I mean? Rich Lane might have to be on daddy duties right now.
Right.
Hey, mommy.
You're okay. Yeah. This is a part of it, right?
Yeah.
You could be in the middle of doing something and the baby needs your attention.
Yeah.
So this is the real raw, uncut,
Yeah.
you know, life.
You
of
guys
a
are seeing as
mom
raw
boss,
as
of a
it is, man. No
mompreneur.
cuts, no carbon copies. How do you deal with like the negative stigma of Seamoss? you know what I mean? And that this can kind of lead into that.
Is the negative the fact that you can have too much of it? Like, what do you mean?
I mean,
Because what's the negative stigma? I
To be
haven't
honest,
heard.
there's
Nothing negative
there's
around.
questions
There's
that
no.
need to be answered that people. I mean, I guess people always have these, their thesis that I wouldn't see.
There's
where
nothing
that would
negative.
go. Have you guys ever got that? Like,
We've only had people just, pregnant, mostly like pregnant mamas say, like, is it safe?
and
to
it's like
take-
what you mentioned with the iron again too. It's just
Yeah.
like
You just have to know.
nothing of too much can kill you, and don't do things in there. I feel like people almost overdo things, or they don't go about things in the right structure or format as it should.
Everything moderation, right? Everything
Right.
in moderation. So
So there's never been stories of like, okay, like
I've never personally heard of anyone ever saying I've drank too much Seamoss and I was sick, or
Right.
I drank too much Seamoss and something
Well,
happened.
this one guy told me that he drank Seamoss and he had an allergic reaction to it.
There was something in it that he, because I have customers who
That's what I
say
want to ask
I have
too.
shellfish allergies.
I wanted to ask that
Okay,
too. What
'cause
makes,
from the sea.
What makes a person allergic to sea moss?
That's
What,
a- yeah.
is it salt?
Well, maybe if it's not cleaned properly,
There's-
whoever
Yeah.
prepared
Right,
it,
right,
maybe
right.
they didn't clean it,
Right.
or they contaminated it with something. Remember, if you're not doing it in a sanitized kitchen, or your
Right.
blenders aren't clean,
Cross-contamination.
cross-contaminating, whatever. But like essentially, the sea moss itself, I've had people who say, I have a shellfish allergy. Can I drink sea moss? Can I take sea moss because it's from the sea?
Yes.
And the answer is yes, you can. It is not a shellfish. It's a
Right.
sea vegetable.
Right.
It's a plant that lives in the sea, grows
Yeah.
in the sea. It is
Right.
not a fish.
Right. Yeah.
So, having that allergy will not affect you, to have sea
And like
moss.
even me, and Becca could attest with me that I'm allergic to bananas, the ones that are higher in potassium, or particularly the
burro.
smaller
The burro bananas. Yeah.
And I've still drank moss that has
the banana in it, and no reaction.
Right.
So that says
Well,
a
I
lot.
guess it's good that you don't use that particular banana in the moss,
Exactly,
right? So
exactly.
It's just it's how heavy we're getting into things now. Can we eat sea moss raw?
We
Is it-
can
is it
consume
recommended?
sea moss raw.
Or we're not doing that. We're not.
No,
that's
you
not
can
what-
eat sea moss raw. This is the raw form. This is sea moss raw.
But no, that's sea moss in its gel form. Raw sea moss is the sea moss with the little
Dried salt.
algae-looking
Yeah,
thing.
no.
You can
the
wash off the salt.
wormy, irony looking.
You can wash it off and eat it. Yes, you can.
Would I recommend it? No. Is it gonna taste good? No.
It's
You
tastes
can-
less.
It's
though.
tasteless, but it's like why
If
eat
you're a
it?
raw vegan, yes, you will eat raw sea moss like chow
Like a
mein,
man like Nick.
like a chow mein type of thing. I've seen someone do that, so yes, you can.
Chow mein.
like a-
Chow mein sea moss?
Like a chow, yeah, I
You
swear.
might be onto something.
Yeah, I did see it.
What?
I saw that. For real.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you could eat it in its raw form.
Yeah. But this is, the next up from
Yeah.
that actual, tentacle looking form. The gel is the raw.
Okay, what
form
about
that you can
alternatives
consume.
now? Are there any sea moss alternatives, or there's no way? It's just like for me, I don't believe in like vegan cheese. Like there's no there that
Okay,
there can't be any. Are you guys like? Could you think of any alternatives, or is it the same thing
That
where
you're
there's,
gonna
like,
get
no,
the
you
minerals.
can't?
You're
Or
gonna
the
you're gonna
benefits?
get some minerals from bladderwrack and burdock root. Actually,
There's
when you
other
have
there's other
there are other herbs
yeah.
and other.
What would
It's
you
not an
call
algae
those?
though.
Well, okay, I see what you're saying.
It's not an algae, but
Right.
together, so bladderwrack with sea moss with burdock actually gives you 102 out of 102 minerals.
Right.
So stay tuned for that on
Yeah,
Mama's Moss.
stay
'cause
tuned.
We
will
are
be
going to be
introducing-
tweaking our menu.
Yeah, we're tweaking our menu, introducing new stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna get good, real good.
We're gonna keep things.
And we said
afloat.
the capsules are effective
Capsules are effective
because it's more direct, right?
because it's.
But the capsules would be the same as taking the 2 teaspoons, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
So-
if you're really, really bad with texture and you couldn't have a gel-like, texture in your mouth, on your palate, then you can take a pill. But then there's people who can't take pills,
Does
right?
sea moss
So-
have an expiry date?
Yes, it does.
So our gel expires in
like
3
3
weeks.
weeks, right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
any prepared sea moss will expire because
How do you know it's expired is a good question,
yes.
actually.
How do you know when?
It has a fishy smell. So
You'll start to
naturally, no,
smell-
because naturally when you get the sea moss in its rawest form, it has a little bit of an ocean smell to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You can
yeah. I
smell
love
that
that
ocean
smell,
smell.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But when you know it's going bad, it has a fishy smell. You know? Becca's testing out the smell right here. Let me smell.
Yeah.
Okay. You got that fresh C.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Right.
It smells fresh and nice. So you'll know.
Would you say it's more effective internally, topically, or both?
Both.
I would think internally.
Yeah.
It all obviously depends on what you're using it for. So if you're having eczema or you're having some dry skin or you're having some type of skin condition, you are gonna apply it topically.
Yeah.
But you can also ingest it, and it
Just
can
like
still
how we
be
use
effective.
aloe on our skin.
Exactly.
Right.
We've actually have a review of a girl that has twin sons,
Yeah.
and she was applying it topically,
Right.
and I think that she said she noticed that it was longer that way, and then she was incorporating it into their
She was
smoothies.
giving them smoothies as well. And within
with
a week,
it actually the results were quicker when it was ingested and used topically.
yeah.
And the kids.
On the kids,
Yeah.
they had eczema.
What do you guys notice? Like, what are the best the best ones for kids in terms of like the ones that are on the menu, or
The
what
flavors?
do you, the flavors that are?
Well, my daughter loves traditional. That's her number one pick. Traditional Irish moss with the condensed milk. That's
Or even if kids love milkshakes and stuff.
that's what
it'll
I'm
be-
saying.
right,
The
yes.
traditional is
for
like
the formula, the traditional
It's
is also
yummy.
alternative.
Yeah.
Sauce
yeah.
Baby. They love that taste.
yeah.
My guy over here would love some of that too. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know what I mean?
I
Trust me,
would
man.
say honestly, to be honest, I would always go with the green goodness because you have so many different fruits in there that give it
For
like
kids?
that. For kids, because you're getting the kale and the spinach, you're getting
Yeah.
the greens,
Yeah.
you're getting that vitamin K, you're getting all that good stuff, that may not be in the moss, and it doesn't matter. You still need that, so it doesn't
Right.
really matter. The green is my go-to. I feed that to the baby. I feed that to Julia.
Dairy-free peanut punch is my number one.
That's a
Yeah,
snack.
the peanut punch
The
too.
peanut
Oh,
punch
man.
is a
the
snack.
dairy-free.
That's a
Listen.
go-to.
The
For fuel.
dairy-free peanut punch.
That's a
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
That's a
Put
hit.
some fire up in there.
Fire in the comments.
That'll bring you up to lunch. That'll fill you up.
Yeah, it's
throughout
filling.
your day.
Appetite suppressor, 100%.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
moss. It's great if you're just, in between a meal, you want a snack.
It's definitely
down
safe
one
to
of
say
these.
that we would say that Seamoss is the nutritional go-to benefit even 10 years from now.
100%.
It's gonna be a superfood that will be here forever.
Generations to come.
Right.
And let me
it's
tell you
always
something.
been around, but it's just now like
It's
people-
getting that awareness. It's been
Right,
around. Dr.
right,
Sebi, other holistic and wealth people have preached about alkaline diet. You know what I'm saying? Plant-based foods.
Right.
However, if you have not tried Seamoss, when I tell you that,
Don't listen
you will
to the
have
salty and the fishy and that
no.
stuff.
This is something that you will have in your diet for the rest of your life.
Yes.
100%. And for a lot of
Once
our
you
customers,
get onto it, 'cause
once you get onto it, our
right.
customers, they're like, we can't live without it. Like, I mean, not only is it good for your body and your health, your mood.
And your mental.
Your mood and your mental. It's true.
It has some, honestly, the benefits
Yeah.
are endless, limitless. Like, there's no end to them. If it's not helping with something physically, it's helping with something emotionally.
Yeah.
If it's not helping with something emotionally, it's helping with something,
I'm not
sexually.
I have a secret to tell because I'm not even going to say who, but someone important to us told us
Your lovey-dovey secret.
that when they've been drinking the moss, they felt like their little hoo-ha's getting a little wet. So it has some
natural aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
It's a natural.
Oh, you hear that? Richland, you hearing that? You might have to give that to your shorties, man. You might have to give that to. You might have to.
Exactly.
It's a natural aphrodisiac.
Behind the scenes, guys. Behind the scenes. Yeah. But, it's literally,
We're giving you that.
You're saying it's giving that sugar soaker wax. Sugar soaker. They are
It's
Wild
honestly
Kingdom time. They are, right
super beneficial for everybody from young to old, the kids.
Right.
You
Okay,
know,
now prices, and we're like for the
we're affordable.
big jar.
We're affordable.
We're affordable.
1 liter.
1 liter, $25.
$25.
This is for the raw Seamoss gel, 1 liter. We sell these. These are our 300 milliliter bottles. We sell it by the 12 pack. So
Yeah,
12
let me
for
see that
60.
one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 12 for 60.
Yeah.
We also sell the same smoothies in the 1 liter jar. It's $20 for the Seamoss smoothie. You can pick any flavor. For the 12 pack, you can pick 3 flavors.
Right.
3. You can't get every single flavor, which we have like 9 now.
That's what the Lightwork special.
The
Shouts to
Lightwork-
Lightwork, man. I see
The
you.
Lightwork
Bana.
special. Shout out
I see you,
Lightwork.
Bana.
Shout out Lightwork.
Shouts to all the man, all the gal, them supporting, man, and everybody striving to just everybody that signifies greatness, even within our city, and there's been a lot of people that are staples in our city that have been supporting the Moss, you know what I mean, like
For sure,
Lightwork
for
and
sure.
plenty more. I mean, like we said, it's good. Like a lot of athletes, just people
Yeah.
overall that like.
We have
that
Damon
really-
Allen,
Right.
former NFL player,
Yes,
loving
yes.
the Moss.
Yes, yes.
We've had
A lot of trainers in
the
their
soccer
clients.
player from
One thing I'm gonna try soon is the
Diro.
facial. I haven't
Diro-
tried the facial yet. I'm gonna try the facial.
yeah.
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 We have some staple people buying,
Yeah.
promoting, and
Would you say it's
Yeah.
more women, men, or is it a balance of?
It's a bit of both.
it's
yeah.
We have a balance. A lot of moms, because the energy. I'm telling
Yeah.
you,
And
I'm
where-
telling you that the moss saved me enough times. Even when you're on the go and you don't have time to eat,
Right,
you just make sure you're drinking the moss. There's no guilt. Like, oh my God, I didn't eat
Like we
today.
said, a
It's
peanut
like,
punch alone could
Like,
fill you up.
you want to
yeah.
know something funny? Even when I'm doing my deliveries, some days I have 10 deliveries. I pack up 2 Moss to go,
And
and
that's
as I'm
it.
driving, I'm drinking my Moss,
And you
I'm
feel
full.
good.
Moss on the go.
and
Yeah.
your
full.
energy levels
and
are
energy's
still
good.
afloat.
Yeah.
Where can we find you guys for the people that are watching this that don't know? What are your handles?
We're in the GTA.
We are in the GTA.
And I
We
mean
do
for,
not
like,
have a
social media.
storefront.
Right.
We have our Instagram at Mamasmoss.
let them
We
know.
have
Yeah.
Twitter at Mamasmoss.
Right.
We have Facebook at Mamasmoss.
Right.
We deliver
At Mama's Moss on all socials.
all
right?
socials. Our
Mamasmoss.
website's
And
under
then they got-
construction.
our website www.mamasmoss.com is under construction.
Right.
We are waiting for Mr. Slick,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
loafing. Shout out to
man.
Slick.
Shout out to Slick.
Shout
man.
out to Slit with the sacredness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Make
Sign
up
his
yourself.
petition too, man. You'll hear more
Sign
about
his
that. too.
petition. Yeah.
We're gonna post that.
One
Right,
word. One
yeah.
word. One name. One name. Brianna Taylor.
Brianna Taylor.
Brianna Taylor.
We gotta say her name.
Yeah, no,
Say her
definitely,
name.
man. And I mean,
Because-
there's so many more too, but like she's been.
We have to
Yeah.
say her name because
Yes.
we have a whole law.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Saying the police are not
This
allowed to
literally
do what they
changed
did.
the way of the system. Like it's
And
get-
still her murderers aren't arrested.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Arrest
Crazy.
those murderers.
It's crazy.
ASAP.
It's crazy, man.
What's going on?
It's crazy with. I mean, it's speechless.
Yeah, look, literally.
Like what
Even
did.
Regis
in the room.
Patek, Regis Paquette. I mean, shouts to Nia Singh on the last episode too, man. And just, I mean, all the injustice that's been going on. It's
In our own city.
it's crazy, man. And I mean, it's like I mentioned earlier, it shouldn't have to take, what's going on for us to be aware.
There's always a sacrificial
But
lamb.
I feel if we have more of you and eyes to really, speak out and use our platforms.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We need a lot. We can't be silent, and,
Yeah.
and we really got to you know what I mean. Not just
Advocate.
spread
We need-
awareness.
yes.
We have to build more within our
Action
brands.
too.
Use our resources wisely, man. you
Yeah.
know?
100%.
Seriously, because I mean, it's like there's a lot of things that haven't been in our control, but we can definitely.
I just want to say
control.
one thing. I know this is
Yes.
kind of off topic, but it's not really. It's about the Black Lives Matter
Yes.
movement.
Yes.
For all the people out there that are, have a lot of negative things to say about Black Lives Matter movement, the movement itself, who
Yes.
funded it, it's a
they
white
say
man,
it's white
George
guys
Soros,
behind-
and all
right,
these things.
yes, yes.
Okay. Let's put away that right now.
Right.
Also, for all the people that want to say black on black crime, when black people start caring about black people's lives, everyone else will follow suit. Let's stop saying that right now.
Right,
Like, you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
Cut it.
Even if Black Lives Matters movement was for the funding of Democrats
Mm-hmm,
or Republicans or has to do with political stuff,
Right.
let's more talk about what has come from that.
Right.
Greatness is coming
Yes,
from that.
yes,
it
yes.
may not be from the actual movement itself, but all the awareness it's brought, the protesting, not the rioting.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about strictly. Let's stop the yip yap. What's behind the Black Lives Matter movement, and let's just say this: all lives matter when and only when Black Lives matter.
Yeah.
Right. Yes,
Simple
yes.
as that. We're
Because
not
it goes
saying-
back to like our history, man,
Yeah.
and it's and we've been dealing with this for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like it's back to what I said.
400 years,
History
right?
repeats itself, right? And I mean, when you get into race and what we've derived,
It's not a race war, and I think that's what people have to understand.
Right. Yes.
And why
yeah,
they
yeah.
keep saying this,
Yes,
our lives
yes.
matter too. It's not a race war. It's not about you
Right,
right now.
right,
Your
yes.
house isn't on fire. We're not hosing it down. Okay.
Right, right.
We're talking about the one that's on fire right now.
Right.
That's what needs
Yeah.
attention.
A lot of people that are begging to differ and saying, "Oh well, we gotta." It's the black on black
black on
crime
black.
too,
Like
right?
Chicago
The
had
numbers are-
60,
Right, yeah.
60 shootings and 9 were fatal.
Right.
And like I said,
But when
this was like last weekend.
right? Okay.
Like
right,
recently,
yeah,
like this is
yeah.
recent,
This
and
is-
people are talking about this. Like,
Right.
look,
What's
they're
happening?
killing all their own people. Black
Right.
people killing. I don't know
Yes.
if anyone's seen Black.
But which
China's
has been
mom.
happening if you go
Like,
back to
come on,
Chicago.
but
This has been happening.
We're not, and why is it happening?
Right.
Why?
We're
Because the
dealing right
ghetto-
now with a
because-
snowball effect of the
Exactly.
police brutality.
Yeah.
And a lot of the situations, even
Marginalized communities.
my brother here can attest to that too. With his cousin had a situation in the States where she was wrongfully accused of it was the shopping incident, right? I mean, there's so
shopping, renting an Airbnb in California.
right.
And when she showed up, they didn't give it to her because she's black.
No, they said that she was leaving the Airbnb. They said they were stealing stuff out of the house. It was on CNN.
And charged her out there in the States, literally, right? And now she's going through a whole lawsuit.
No way.
And I mean,
They didn't charge her, but
Right.
They
it's arrested her. Sorry, they arrested her.
Roughly,
You're right.
yeah.
them and had them held
So I mean,
quite a bit, and they missed their flight.
yeah.
She shoots for what is it? Reggae Fest,
Yeah.
I believe, something like that out in California. There was one in California. They were doing it in different states, so she ended up missing her flight.
Yeah.
Her and her film crew because of it. So
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so, like I said, there's plenty of situations that we have not even been. And like Nia said too, back to Nia said, it's all about research. And when you're in you be able
There's
to
no
talk in a
excuse. We
conversation.
have-
If you're in a room full of people and you're hearing, you got to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that we like a guy I didn't even know about something happened in Brampton. So many things
So many
going on.
things.
Yeah.
So
That
many
and it's like,
things.
bro, it's beyond
This tool,
like,
the phone.
beyond
phone is-
unjust when
yeah.
you're seeing. We got to really use our phones more than just.
I'm saying even the fact that we have
apps
it to
and
be able to film these things. These been happening, but because no one was recording, we didn't
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Now that we have this,
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
device,
Yes,
that
yes.
it's saving,
Now
it's saving
We're
lives.
aware- we're
it's saving
aware of
lives.
this,
We're
right.
aware.
It's
and
literally
it's waking people
waking
up.
people up,
Yeah.
Right.
which
Yeah.
essentially literally saving lives.
Yeah.
If we're waking up as a
Yeah.
people, as a nation,
Yeah.
and we're
Right.
coming together, we're saving lives.
Yeah.
So all the backlash about everything else, it's irrelevant to
Yeah.
what we really need to.
That's
be
what
doing.
I'm saying. And this is what, like, we've had a few arguments. I found myself even, giving my energy into arguing with, ignorant people who, like I said, want to use that but black people kill black people. So, let's not talk about police, killing black people. Let's talk about black people. Well, that is not what we're talking about right now. So why are we diverting right now?
The
You know
real
what I'm saying?
issue.
This is what we're doing. We're
taking away from.
we're taking away and trying to say, well, look at this, Black China's mom going off, showing, oh, look at Detroit. Black brother killed another black brother, like actual brothers,
Right.
blood brothers
Yes.
one killed the next.
Yes.
And showing that. And it's like, yo, we get what you're trying to
Cain
show.
killed Abel.
Yes.
We're trying to get what you're saying. Black people kill black people.
Right.
Just like white people kill white people.
people.
Chinese mafia kill Chinese
Right.
mafia. Italian
The race
mob kill.
on the same
We're not,
race.
that's, but
Yeah.
the problem at hand.
These are two completely different.
Exactly. The problem at
situations.
hand is police brutality against black people and systemic racism.
Yeah. Right.
Let's address that right now, and that's
Yeah.
what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shun
I'm
the
looking
noise.
at a lot of the situations when you take somebody, whether within the different jurisdictions, you take the different minorities, like the white guy that has this misdemeanor, the black guy, and you're seeing the judge give the
seeing
Like
just-
double the
you're seeing the
sentence.
system
It's
fail
crazy.
again.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
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 You're seeing the system fail over and
It's
over.
not made for us.
And I mean, I believe we're privileged to be in where we
Canada.
are in Canada
For sure.
Definitely, I was having this talk in a group with the brothers the other day. I mean, like you see the states and a lot of their laws, like it's crazy. Going back to the brothers. What was it in the what was the park called again, man? Was
Central-
it,
the
well,
Central-
Central
Yeah.
Park Five.
Yeah,
and I mean, situations like that where it's like, I mean, in the states, it's like.
we have a comment there.
Within a slap of the wrist, like
Yeah.
it's great. You'll see a lot of situations where it's like you're given no chance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and
Throw the book at you. It's done. It doesn't
right,
matter.
for
You're
anything,
guilty.
because
And
there's
lying.
a lot of laws where it's like we could literally charge you for nothing. Like we can just stop you because you look like that, or you're doing
Card
like
you,
the
that's
Trayvon
credit
Martin
carding.
situation.
Yeah.
Listen, not even just
Right?
that. If anyone's seen Meek Mill's documentary,
whole.
I have a newfound love
for him.
Newfound love and
Newfound
respect
love.
for this man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
police
He's been
lied
through
on
it.
him. We're robbing,
Saying
scoping
they-
out his cousin's house, and they were robbing a lot of people. Police,
Yeah, man,
gang,
Robbing the
these
drug
guys
the
all
dealers.
plan
narcotics
stuff on-
units,
Well,
stealing
where
the
do you
money
think
that
the
they
body
find.
cameras are coming into play
Like,
now?
yeah.
again?
Why? Because
Yeah.
so
Because
many
a lot of
incidents where
corrupt things are going on.
Police are supposed to have one job.
And don't get it twisted. It's happening here a lot too, but
Yeah.
it's just now you're.
it's
We're
not
very
as
loud.
loud.
Yeah.
It's not
Right,
as
right.
loud.
Police have one
Like
job.
I said, we're not as popular. We're
protect
not
and
as,
serve. They do nothing but.
Right. They
opposite
don't
of
do
that.
any of
The
that.
opposite.
Yeah, right.
The opposite of
They
that.
don't do
So-
any of the two.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. I mean,
If you have to worry
Like I
about
said-
calling police because you're afraid they might come in and kill the guy with the mental illness, They called the police. He called the police. The black guy in Brampton called the police, and the Arab guy. I think it was Arab or Indian. The family called the police, the uncle or something, and they came in and shot him. The black guy called the police on himself. He's called them plenty of times in the past to help. What do? They come in shooting.
Back to another disorderly protocol, and they don't know how to deal with the mental illness properly.
Defund them. That's why we need to defund them.
Well, I was going to get into that too, because I mean, even when it comes to defunding them, it's like a lot of people are arguing that it's like, oh, we need them to serve and protect, or we like you're not. But it's like a lot of the budget is going towards just stupidness.
Yeah. Them being paid when they're suspended, right? Paid with leave on desk duty and stuff.
Sitting on their pig asses eating donuts and
have a nice retirement pension.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We're not buying.
Even with that, even just tying that into everything, this is why
it's important in the black community to keep our dollars strong, to keep our dollars circulated, so that we can see each and every one of our brothers and sisters. You're my brother. You're my brother. Flourish, be successful. You know what I'm saying? Our kids go to good schools.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The education system is also something we need to put our money back into.
Because it goes back to we see a lot of the other cultures, or the Indians, the Chinese, the
Jewish,
sticking together.
Come on, they all have their schools.
We got to do that a lot more. We really got to do that a lot more.
Like I said, like in
Atlanta. Right.
But again, what do we say? There's this rooted from somewhere, because what do? They put the house and against the field one, and they had them, rat out each other. So we are already taught
at war with
to snitch each other out, to call each other out, all this stuff. So this is deep rooted stuff. Like it's
guys, stay woke, man. Drink your moss. You know what I mean?
Drink your moss.
That Pinot
Stay healthy. Stay woke, man. Stay positive, man. Like I said, I got my beautiful sisters here with me. It's definitely been a pleasure, man. And it's like each one teach one, and that's what we're here to do, man. We're here to just like spread awareness, build within one another. Right. You took the words right. Literally building. It's about building.
Yeah, supporting
what I mean?
each other.
Because it's like I said, we spoke about the financial freedom, and I mean just like for generations and generations, we gotta really. Teach our own, and
we gotta love our
financial
own.
literacy.
Love our.
We gotta love our own.
Don't be afraid to say I love you, man. Don't be afraid to embrace and I mean just stop the bad mind and stop the hate, man.
Yeah, stop the bad mind, stop the envy. Love each other. When you see your brother or sister walk past you, give a head nod. Give some type of form of respect. That's your brother or sister.
And we can't stress this enough. I've read something about it today. As quick as you are to go support or to buy the other brands, do the same within your own, man.
Yeah.
Do the same literally with your own. If you're not gonna do it to a friend, then just do it to somebody else's that you would be. But it's your own. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Because we spoke on strangers supporting our own, right? So
we need to support black business.
Right.
Period.
Even if it's
Full
another
stop.
yes.
Period.
And there's a lot of resources, and you guys know we're within your social medias.
There's black directories right
black
now floating
directories,
around.
yes,
Ask someone.
definitely.
I have one. Anyone looking for a black directory, I can email it to you. Leave your email on the comments. I know that Beyonce is actually doing like a proper 411 for black owned business. So this is it's taken off.
And the same way that we said we want to see more of the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and the we got to create that. You got to manifest that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Within our own, and we got a lot of powerhouses.
Take this step. If you
love you, Michael.
If you have a goal, you have a plan. You have
hubby. Shouts to Michael, man. Shouts to Michael, man.
Shout out
Bim
to Michael.
To the world,
Money,
man.
Mike.
Shouts
Money,
to my
Mike.
broski, man. I see you. I see you,
guys.
Straw. I see you, man. I see you, Stringer, man. Shout to the
Julio, Don Julio.
Shouts to the Bim. Shouts to Don Hooley, man. Shouts to the family, man. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that now that you guys
that you love us, we love you too.
We love you.
We love you all too, man. We love you all too.
No, I want.
Baby sleeping here. About to take this moss home and refrigerate it nicely and just have a nice, refreshing drink in the morning. And like I said, my gel, and I can put that in all types, man. This is a wonderful
face mask,
everything.
Anyways, big ups.
I start bathing in moss. You might have to make a moss soap, damn.
Yo, stay tuned.
You're telling
I said I don't want. Like I said, I'm
the
giving y'all the sauce right now, man.
He's telling the secrets.
Easy, man.
The secret sauce.
Yeah. We got something cooking up in the works, man.
All right.
Juju's calling. Let me get Juju on the. Let me Juju on the beat.
Juju on the jam.
Get on the FaceTime. Let me hear Juju on the FaceTime.
Juju on the jam.
Juju's on the jam. Eva's in the building. Coach is in the building.
Eva Chiang.
Yes, sir, man.
Eva Chiang.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Mamasmoss, baby.
I'm always what's your
My favorite flavor is dairy-free peanut punch.
Yeah. And yours?
My favorite flavor is green goodness.
And mine.
Green goodness for the
gel.
goddesses.
Oh, the gel, the raw gel.
Yeah, raw
and
gel.
mine is the passion. What's the name of the passion fruit one?
It's called
Tropical
Tropical
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Tropical tsunami.
Tropical
Saucy
tsunami.
tsunami.
Hey.
Saucy tsunami. We doing
I
back
like that.
strokes, front strokes. We doing all types of dives in that tropical tsunami, man. We saucing in that tsunami, man.
I like that. I like
Back in the
saucy
day.
tsunami.
Who that? Juju on the jam. I see you. Juju on the jam. Maya's
Maya's
Let me get a
World.
close up. Let me get
Maya's
a close-
World.
Let me get a close up. Jeez. Maya's like, what the hell is that? Poor connection is what that is. I see y'all, man. It's been a pleasure, ladies, man.
Yeah,
I
right.
definitely
Love
look forward
you.
to
Love
building,
and
love you.
respect.
Yeah.
Love you, bubbies. You know what I mean? And we definitely, man, Micah's, we done, I hope we didn't wake him up.
Women.
Rich Lane is in the building.
Listen, what I wanted to say. Sorry,
Yeah.
this is the last
Yeah.
thing as I was saying. If you know that meme that's going around that's saying that you know, if the hustle in you wasn't woken up
During quarantine.
during quarantine, then it's not really in you. Do not let that meme get to your head. If you've been planning and you know you don't know where to start, that's all you need to do. Just start.
Yeah.
Just start.
Anything that's your
Yes.
passion, anything that you love, anything that you're into, you know, jewels and accessories, start a little accessory
Yeah, yeah.
business. If
Someone's
you're into
gonna
weave,
support
start
you.
selling weave. If you know all the different brands
And
of
I could
makeup.
definitely add on to that too. With
Yeah.
me was just like I always was like thinking of how I would see myself or view myself and be like, oh man, getting ready to be on camera. But no, man, just get into it.
Get into it.
Head first and dive right into it.
Dive. No
because
babe-
there's
no footsteps
other
into the
way,
water.
Right. Even if you have to do practice run, test runs, if you have to, there's no other way but to fall and then to get back up. 'Cause how else are you gonna know without literally doing it? You know what I mean? Just like Nike said, just get right into
do
it.
it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And
You're gonna struggle. You're gonna fail.
you're gonna go
You're
through
gonna
those
face
roadblocks.
adversities.
Yeah.
Push through.
Yeah, and fine with it. Even like me, like first I did the audio before I got onto the camera. You know what I mean? You gotta
Gotta start somewhere. That's
you gotta
it.
f
Just
up the
start.
moss before you get it. You know what I mean? Before
Yo,
you get that
trust me,
perfect
we have a
Trial
long-
and error. Trial and error.
trial and error,
We've
right?
had
Before
our
you get the
fair
recipe
share.
right? So
Yeah, we've had our fair
definitely
share.
just and do your research. You know, YouTube, just like look up
There's
shit, man.
how-to,
Just
yeah, the
how
how-to
to, just
videos.
literally like you know, I mean, like
Talk to someone and
mock.
don't be afraid
like,
to reach out to
a lot of the
elders
greats
or-
mock. Like I mean, like I always go back to repetition is the mother of skill. Like literally, just like you gotta just put yourself
makes
put
permanent.
right. Yeah,
You'll
like,
get it right. You'll get it
speak things
right.
into existence, man.
Yes,
And-
manifest it, see it,
Yes.
write it, breathe it, sleep it, and then you will do it.
Shouts to the Oxcord God, man. Shouts to Gocho, man. Rich Lane in the building, man. You know, definitely, man. It's definitely always a vibe when we are in the building, man.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Bye-bye.
sisters, man.
Big ups.
Love y'all,
Boop,
man. And
boop.
you know, Sauce Babie's here for the people.
What
And
is wrong with Rachel?
we are out.
We're
The closure.
Bye, baby. It's a.